Hello everyone, this session number 9 for course methodology 2, code course 244. I'm trying here to show you how we can solve a problem using object-oriented and overriding operations. So I try to cover something for override operation to solve a specific problem. So here, for example, we have that figure as shown in front of you. It's talking about mathematics sets. So we have a set A and set B, and we need to find the intersection between that two sets. So as we know in mathematics, that green area here is the intersection area, which belongs to the redundant element between A and B. So let me move now to the code. You can see here I already tried to created a project. It's empty project. So let's start and do some C++ coding. So first thing, I will create a header file, nice, and I will call that header file as set. And as you see, Visual Studio directly create that paradigm once for compiler optimization. I need to create a class called set, nice. Now I will delete that auto created code because I want to split the code between two files, CPP and header file. So first thing, we need a private attribute called size. I will make it capitalization. So here that attribute represents the size of set actually, and I need a dynamic array because I don't know how many elements I want to insert inside that one. So I will make a pointer of integer. Nice. I have here a constructor and destructor. Let me modify that one. Nice. So I will create also another constructor. So that constructor will take integer as a first parameter and a pointer of integer as a second parameter. And now let's think about what we have to create. So as you can see here, we have two private attributes, so we can't access them directly without any methods belong to that class. So I need some methods to set and get information. For here, I don't need to set the size because it's already done by constructor. So I will I'll try to name a function called size. Nice. So that function, what will do, it return the value of size of that set. Okay. Second thing, I want to represent mathematics, which is A, nice, intersect with B, and then I want to save that method or that operation or the results of this operation, sorry, inside something called C, where A, B, and C is an objects or are an objects from a class set. So I will represent the intersect as what? As and sign, because in some programming language they use that one, and for a union they use or. So let's just now focus with and. So how I declare a prototype for that operation and. So if you see here in the commit, I start write this thing to help me to figure out how to do that. So first thing, because I have a sign operation here. So that's meaning I want to return something. This object will call a function. So here an operation is like an as a function or a method. So object A will call operation and passing the parameter P. So that function should be return something. So let's make it return set. Nice. And it's a kind of operator. I want to make it and. Now what? It will take also what? A parameter from data type set. Nice. So for now, let's just do that. And I will move. If we need some other operations or other functions, we will do that. So now I need to create a CVB file. You can see here on Visual Studio, I can create that one directly by clicking that hinting that provided from Visual Studio 2019. Now you can see I create a CVP file, but I don't like to edit that code from here. So it's better to go to the CVP file directly. So here I will need to do what? To initialize what? The size. So it will be 0, for example, here, because I don't take any parameters, so I don't know what to do. So, and this dot ptr equal what? New int size. Okay. Here I need two parameters, so first thing I will take size, and here I will make an array. So let's copy paste the code below to below code. I will make that S, and here nice. Now I need a loop to what? To copy the incoming data to the current attribute. So I less than this dot what? Dot size. Nice. I will make I plus plus. Now I will copy that one, so I will can this dot btr with the index I equal what? A to the index I. So now here what I did, I make a copy process. Okay, so that's done. Here for this structure, because I create that dynamic memory allocation, which is a BTR, so I need to delete it from the memory after I finish everything to avoid any memory leak. For a size, it's simple function, so it will return what? This dot what? Dot size. Now here it's somewhat here complicated, so I want to show you something new. I don't know if you know about it, but we call it macro. Yeah, I like that. So it's a macro. So here I define a macro, and it's a kind of functions, okay, but it will run on the pre-processing step. I will put the link inside the video description to show you the difference between macro and functions. So it's did the same thing as what? As a function, you know, same thing as a function, but it will be on pre-processing. So I will make something called define, and I will define function called min. Now inside that one, it will take x and y, two parameters, Nice. And inside that function, I need to do some logic. So if x greater than y, nice, I make like that. If x greater than y, so y is the minimum, so I say y, else it will be x. Nice, let's check everything is okay. We don't have a problem with our macro. Yeah, nice. So here I need to define that min because I want to see the, I don't want to create a big memory allocation for nothing. So the worst scenario is that if we have two sets, let's say set A is a subset from B, so then all elements inside set A should be included inside B. So the smallest group of elements actually can represent the whole intersection for that one. So because of that, I need to create a min. So now with the min, I will call that macro function I created already. So I will make here a parameter called s. Now I need to send x and y. You can see here x and y and make a logic comparison. So to get the first, let me copy paste that one. Yeah. So to get the size of A, actually A is the object who triggered that function or who triggered that operation. So this is related to the A. So I will call this dot size. Now I want to get the size of set B. So how I get that? B is represented as an argument for that operation. So here the argument is what is S. So S and B is the same thing. So I will say S, but here I can't access size because it's a private object for a private attribute for object S. So I will call the function called size. You see, so here the difference. So here I use size attribute because I am already inside that class or inside that object. So I have authority to access that attribute. While with S, because it's a parameter, so here I can't access that attribute directly. So I need to call a function, which here I created by what size. Nice. So it should be something like that. Now I need to create a temporary array. Okay. And that array size should be what? Should be min. Okay. This temporary array will represent the intersection, or I will store the intersection elements inside it. So now I need to do some process. So it's like a kind of searching. So I will take first element from A and I will try to search inside elements of set B. So if I found that element, I will add it to the temporary array. So I is equal 0, I is less than or what this size, because I have a direct access to that one. Nice. Now I want to take that value, so I will say this dot ptr because it's the same thing like a size, so it's an attribute inside class itself, so I can access it. Nice. I need the second loop, to search inside set B. So I will make it j equals 0, j is less. Now here is the tricky thing. I need to access the size of B, so I can't access it directly. So I will call a function called size, and here I say j plus plus. Now we will get a problem, if you see, because I will make a condition, because I want to check if that element is already included inside B or not. So how I compare that, I will make a value, which is the attribute that I declared on line 34. If value equal, now the problem is with S. So if I say S dot, I don't have a direct access to the BTR, which is the array. Nice. So here, if I want to access size, I use a function size. So how I access that BTR? I need to build the function to get element from that one. But because this tutorial is for overriding operation, so I need to create something related to that session or to that concept. So I will use something called index operator. So I need to declare an operator called an index. So that index operator should return what? A type or an element from this array. So the data type of this array is integer, so it will return integer. Nice. And I will make it operator, and that one is what? Is the index operator. So now I need to take an argument here. So the argument here, okay, make it constant, because I need to access a position inside inside that array. Nice. So here it will be the index. So let me create a declaration inside CPP. Save, go back to the CPP. So now I will stop here. Nice. I will not continue the code. Let's make error here. It's fine, because I will go back to it. Just let me show you how to return. So I want to return the actual value of BTR. So I will make it BTR at index. So here I need to make that one as what? As an index. Nice. So here I have a problem. What if that index is out of range? So I need to make a validation. So nice. So I will say index is greater than what? Greater than or equal this dot what dot size. What will happen actually? Here I forgot to cut this, not make it return 0. Nice. I will use something called throw string, and I will say error out of range. Nice. So here string is not declared, so I will include string. I will using namespace. Nice, because I'm inside CPP file, so it's allowed to use that std or namespace. So you can see I fixed the error. So we are done here. So here I just want to pass what I. See, that's how we did. Now if it's inside or if that value is already found inside that elements of set, I want to store it. So how I store that one? I say temp. Now here we find a problem, because you see I is an index for that BTR, while J is an index used for an object for a parameter S. Okay, so I can't touch that. I can't touch those two variables. This is a problem here. So don't touch it. So what we did here, we actually need also a value called index, and that index equals 0, because you know array start from 0. Nice. I say index, and that one is what is equal value. But here also we get a problem, because every time we will store just on the first element, or for index 0. So I want to move on. I will make what plus plus. Now I want also to avoid the redundant data, and redundant data also will exceed the range of temporary, because the range of temporary, or the size of temporary, is actually min. So if you see here, I have loop inside loop. So actually the number of iteration here will be actual size of set A multiplied by size of set B. So I don't want to exceed that range. And also, for a second thing, I don't want also to make a problem of redundant data. So I don't want to see a redundant data inside the intersection elements, or intersection array, excuse me. So now should be everything okay. So you can see the size of a new set will be the index. So here, what is the first parameter I pass? Is a size, yeah? Then I pass the array. So here I will pass index, because I want the last value incremented, and I will pass what temporary. So now everything is what it should be okay. So I need just what to move here, and I will declare A. Nice, is an array, and as you can see, this example, A is 1 2 3, and B is what is 3 4 5. So I will create the same thing, 1 2 3, and I will make B equal what 3 4 3 4 5. Okay, I want to use now our created class. So don't forget to include what? To include the header. Nice. So I want to pass two parameters here. I need to pass size. So just, you know, every time if I want to make another test, I want to increment that value here, or modify the number of elements inside that array. I don't want also to passing other parameter. For example, here I need to do 3, for example, and something like that, A. So each time I change A, or elements inside A, I need also to change that one. So this is not a professional. So let me declare something called size. So here I will need size of A. So let me show you here what's the size of a when we use size of function. So I will make a breakpoint. You can see here the size is 12. You see, it's 12. So why it's 12? Because it's 4 multiply 3 elements. So each element here is an integer, so the size of integer actually is 4. So I will show you now. So how we fix that issue, we need to divide that one with size of what? With the first element inside that array. Nice. Let me cut that, show you how is that run. I should get 4. You see, we get 4 here. So let's bring it back. Clear that one. Let's move here, and here I will pass a parameter size of a. Nice. Copy, paste, and here I change b, and b. And here I want to pass b, and I want to make another set. So now I need to create S3. So I say S1 and excuse me, S2. So let's run the code. Nice, no error. Okay, everything is okay. So here we need also to check what's happened inside S3. I want to print the element of that one. So as I mentioned, because we use override operation, so we need a friend function, and here because I need to include what IO3. Nice. And here I will say std, the return type is OStream. Okay, so I want to override the operation cout. So that function actually will take 2 parameters, which is cout object, and I need also a set object. Okay, so here forgot operator. Yeah. So nice. Now let's create that one. So I will go here. So now I need to create that one. I will create it inside CVP file. Save everything here. Let's move here. Okay. So I will name. You can name that object whatever you want, but I will name it show, for example, and here the set is S. So I will say show what size equal what S dot get size. Okay. And L Nice. And now I need a loop. To print what? Every element. So I say show this VTO, not this. You see, it's S. So I say S, and I already declared that what array index. Okay, I will make a tab between that elements. Finally, now to make our work organized, I'll make that one. So nice. So here it should be everything is okay. So I say cout s3 directly. We forgot to what? To return show. So now let me run, so you can see what actually the size is 1, so it's one element, and the element is what? Is 3. So here we implement intersection operator, and we implement what? Cout. We also implement index override operation. So this is a very simple task or problem, and here I show you how we can solve it using override operation as an example. Thank you for your watching and attention.